You know that feeling when you've been around people all day and you just want to go home and be alone? Or maybe you're the opposite. Being alone drains you, and you need to be around others to recharge. We call this our social battery. But here's the shocking truth. You've been thinking about it all wrong. I'm talking about one of the most misunderstood concepts in psychology today. Social battery has exploded on social media. Everyone's making memes about it, using it as an excuse to avoid people. But what if I told you that blaming your social battery is actually missing the real problem? Let me start with the hard truth. From a psychological standpoint, the concept of social battery for individuals is actually pretty weak science. What we're really talking about is something called introversion and extroversion, and it's way more complex than you think. Here's how it actually works. Introversion and extroversion aren't personality types. You're not born an introvert or an extrovert and stuck that way forever. Instead, think of it like a spectrum, a sliding scale. On one end you have introversion, on the other extroversion, and you're somewhere in the middle. And here's the kicker. Where you fall on that scale can change depending on the situation. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, described introverts as people who look inward. They collect information from the world to answer internal questions. They process everything internally. Extroverts, on the other hand, look outward. They understand reality through other people. They don't look as much inside themselves. They seek answers in the external world. But there's a more modern explanation that's fascinating. It's all about reinforcement and gratification. Extroverts are driven by immediate rewards. They act in the world and get quick responses. Someone laughs at their joke, they feel good right away. That's their fuel. Introverts are more controlled by distant rewards. They collect information, let it marinate, and seek deeper understanding over time. They're more self-controlled, while extroverts are more impulsive. And neither is better or worse. That's crucial to understand. Now here's something most people get wrong. Introversion is not the same as shyness. You can be extroverted and shy. You want to interact with people, but you don't have the social skills yet. Maybe because of your upbringing or culture. Or you can be introverted and not shy at all. You're confident talking to people. You just prefer fewer, deeper conversations. There's even a genetic component to this. Scientists discovered a gene called DRD4 that's linked to how we respond to stimuli. A 2024 study used virtual reality to test this. They put people in virtual rooms with different designs, some with big windows and natural light, others closed off like hotel conference rooms. People with higher expression of this gene had less intense responses to environmental stimuli. They were more introverted because external things didn't affect them as much. And guess what? The more extroverted people preferred open spaces with more stimulation. This connects to something really important. Your environment massively impacts your social energy. It's not just about you being introverted or extroverted. The quality of interaction matters. Talking one-on-one might energize you, but being in a large group conversation drains you. Or vice versa. The context matters. Who you're with matters. Whether it's friends or work colleagues matters. Environmental stresses matter. Anxiety matters. How safe you feel in a space matters. Think about this. If you're the only person of your race in your office, even if you're naturally extroverted, you're going to feel drained. Why? Because you don't feel safe. You don't feel understood. That anxiety burns through your energy fast. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is where the concept of social battery actually becomes useful. Not for individuals, but for cities and societies. Researchers in Beirut, Lebanon, have been studying something called architectural social battery, and this is mind-blowing. They argue that in our neoliberal capitalist society, we're all plugged into the same energy grid. That grid is work, commuting, economic inequality. It drains everyone. The social battery concept in architecture is about creating spaces that act like a power bank, an independent energy source that unplugs you from that draining system. Cities that force you to spend hours commuting, that have no green spaces, that segregate rich and poor, that lack public transportation. These cities drain your social battery regardless of whether you're introverted or extroverted. They make socialization nearly impossible because you're exhausted just trying to survive. Studies show that people in smaller cities tend to have more friend groups and stronger social connections. Why? Proximity. When everything's close, you run into people naturally. The newsstand guy, the baker, your neighbor walking their dog. In massive cities where you spend 2 hours commuting, you lose that. You become isolated. Your income matters too. If you can't afford to take the bus on weekends, you're trapped at home. This is why public policy matters so much. Free public transportation on Sundays, parks with workout equipment, walkable neighborhoods. These aren't luxuries. They're social infrastructure. They recharge people's ability to connect with each other. And the evidence shows this saves money. People who socialize more have better health outcomes, which means lower healthcare costs for society. There's even something called the broken windows theory in criminology. If a city looks vandalized and neglected, people are more likely to commit crimes. The environment shapes behavior. The same goes for social connection. Beautiful, well-maintained public spaces encourage people to interact. Ugly, hostile architecture pushes people into isolation. So what does this mean for you? Stop blaming your social battery and start investigating what actually drains you. Is it group conversations versus one-on-one? Is it the physical space you're in? Is it anxiety because you don't feel safe or understood? Is it financial stress making everything harder? For people who've experienced major social shifts, like moving from a small town to a big city, or experiencing class mobility, or immigrating, you lose your reference groups. You're no longer like the people where you came from, and you're not quite like the people where you're going. As one researcher put it beautifully, your place is the path. You're in constant movement, constantly adapting. And that's okay. That's not a flaw. That's your reality, and you need to explore it to find what works for you. The pandemic affected this too. Research shows adolescents and young adults especially struggled because they were learning to socialize during isolation. They'll need to catch up on developing those skills. And depression amplifies everything. When you're depressed, you ruminate, you turn inward, you avoid people, which makes the depression worse. It's a vicious cycle that requires professional help to break. So here's my challenge to you. Stop using social battery as an excuse. Start experimenting. Go to different places. Try different types of social interactions. Figure out what actually recharges you versus what drains you. And demand better from your city. Fight for public spaces that make connection possible. Free transportation, parks, walkable neighborhoods, baby changing stations in public restrooms. These things matter because at the end of the day, we're social creatures. Loneliness literally increases your risk of death from any cause. Connection isn't optional, it's survival. So stop thinking your social battery is just about you. It's about all of us and the world we build together.